All right, we all make mistakes in the gym, and I feel like for a lot of us, it's easier to see other people's mistakes than it is to see our own. For me, I've been telling you guys over and over again the kind of mistakes that we've been making, what we can do to improve. But I feel like, it's kind of getting repetitive. It's getting to the point where the value I'm putting out is getting lower. So in this video, we're going to talk about the perspective. We're going to change the perspective. We're going to look at somebody else so that maybe you can understand the mistakes you're making better, and then we can relate that to you. So in this video, we're going to talk about the mistakes that girls make in the gym, and hopefully this is going to be an eye-opening video for you. So let's get right into it. The first mistake is, why are girls not squatting? Listen, the muscle groups that girls care about, 90% of them, is the glutes, the quads, and the hamstrings. They care about all the lower body, maybe even the calves too. However, when you go to the gym and you see the girls, they're almost never using the squat rack. You'll see them on the cardio machines, you'll see them on the ellipticals, the Stairmaster, you'll see them doing all kinds of random stuff. I've seen them doing like the horse kickbacks or something with the cable, or you put the cable around your leg and you do that, like the little kickback. So I see them doing all these kinds of exercises, and it's like, that's cool and all, and with no judgment, but if you're learning on a lower body that has the muscle mass that you want, it might be more beneficial to do a squat. The squat is the king of the lower body. It works literally everything there, especially your glutes and quads. Squats are just going to really build your lower body. It's just going to allow you to add the mass. I know the thought of squats can be really intimidating, especially for guys too. No one likes to squat. Thinking of squatting is like something that's like, oh my God, I really have to do this? But trust me, it's not as bad as you make it out to be in your mind. Once you get started, it's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to grow your lower body a lot. So when we relate this to guys, we're talking about building our upper body. We can say, I see a lot of guys, they want to build their upper body, but they're not even bench pressing. They're like, I want a bigger chest, but the guy's not even bench pressing. Or, I want to look really jacked, I want to look really aesthetic, but they're not overhead pressing. That's where you build the shoulders, the neck, the trap. That's where all of those muscles are, really work to the maximum with the overhead press. So when it comes to your routine, why are you not doing the compound movements? Why are you not doing the biggest movements that provide the highest value? All right, the second mistake that girls do is neglecting upper body training. So I know a lot of them, they're like, oh, I don't want to get bulky, or, I don't want to look like ripped or anything like that. So while I see that point of view, neglecting your upper body will make it so that your body is not well rounded out, so that you bottleneck your progress, because your lower body might start to grow, but your upper body is holding you back. It's still staying relatively untrained. I know a big issue with girls is that they don't want to put on fat. It's probably like doubly so for girls than it is for guys. When you round out your training, when you have a well-regimented routine, you burn the most calories. That's why I always tell guys you must train legs. That's how you stay lean. That's how you stay like in that athletic, physique, that kind of shape. So for girls, it's the same thing. If you only train legs and you're not training the upper body, what's going to happen is you're just not burning enough calories. You're only burning calories with half of your body, and so your upper body is not going to be burning any calories, and so you actually are going to put on more fat and become bulkier if you don't train your upper body. And for guys, it's the exact opposite. Instead of neglecting the upper body, we're training the upper body, we're neglecting the lower body. It's the same thing in reverse, and it's the exact same thing in reverse. I would just say, instead of the body fat being doubly so for guys, I'd say there's just a more added benefit of increasing your testosterone when you train your lower body. All right, this next issue is what I've seen on both sides, but I think for girls it's a bit stronger, which is fear of committing to a bulk. Listen, I get it. I said this a million times. No one wants to get fat. They want to have, that lean, athletic, muscular body. However, it's a process, and you need to build the base first. You need to build a muscular foundation. You need to get the strength, and then you can refine it later. Then you can go on a cut, you can do your cardio, you can do whatever. If you're not going to commit to a bulk, you're not going to make any serious progress to your body. Listen, you can go to the gym and do whatever you want, no judgment from me or anything. However, if you want my advice, something that I've noticed is that a lot of girls I'll see a lot of the time in the gym, I think they might go more often than me, but nothing's changed in their physique. They're still skinny, they're lean, so good for them. Maybe they're doing it for their mental health. I have no idea. However, I know for a fact that if they were to, take the first step, commit to a bulk, I know for sure that their physique would definitely improve from that, and that they would definitely see a lot of really good progress going forward. For guys, it's the exact same thing. You guys are stuck in like some kind of dumb recomp mode where you're being a bitch, you're too scared to bulk, but you're not putting any substantial muscle mass or strength, and then you're complaining to me about genetics, you're complaining to me about, all kinds of other stuff, but you're not even bulking, so how did you expect to get anywhere? Guys, if you want to make significant progress in the gym, the first step is committing to a bulk, building that muscular foundation, building that base of strength. All right, the next mistake is doing way too much cardio. Listen, unless you're planning to be, some kind of marathon runner, or your goal is to just be absolutely skinny, and that's all you want to spend doing in the gym for the next 6 days a week for 2 hours a day, it's not optimal. Listen, cardio is great. It allows us to, play sports. It allows us to stay healthy. It allows us to stay fit. And overall, it's good for a balanced regimen. However, if you're doing too much cardio, or if cardio is like even the only thing that you're doing, unless your goal is to become a marathon runner, cardio is not going to do too much for you. In fact, it doesn't even do too much when it comes to weight loss. Weight loss is mostly calories in versus calories out. So your diet's about 4 times more important than your cardio when it comes to losing weight, when it comes to cutting in the gym. So if you want to take something away from this, just ask yourself, why are you doing so much cardio? Is it to stay well balanced, to stay healthy? Or are you doing it, because you feel like you're fearing that you're going to put on fat, or you fear that, you're not going to lose weight? Because if it's one of the other 2 reasons, I'd highly recommend you reconsider what your regimen consists of. All right, the last mistake that I noticed that girls make is following, trendy routines, hopping onto new workout plans, not staying consistent, not staying regimented. See, when you don't stay regimented, when you don't stay regimented, you don't stay consistent, you are unable to build any kind of tangible progress. You're unable to stay consistent and ramp up your progress going forward. The best way to see results in the gym is to follow a steady, consistent routine where you can make each of the days and hit each of the workouts and do that week after week so that you can ramp up your results. Hopping onto the new workout trend that you saw in the magazine is just not going to do it. It might look cool because they have a cool, model who was on the front cover or whatever other reason. That takes a long time to get there. It's not something that you can get there because you follow that routine. It's something that you get there because you stay consistent, you stay disciplined, and you stay dedicated to your routine for years on end. For guys watching this, I would say the mistakes guys make, some of them do this mistake where they hop onto different routines. They're not staying consistent with their routine, but also another part of it is, they're not training correctly. They're doing dumb stuff like they're doing bro splits, or they're following plans that don't align with their goals. Anyways, guys, those are all the points that I thought of in this video. The point of this video was not to, call anyone out or say this person's doing anything wrong, but rather it's to kind of shift the perspectives, maybe, try and change the mindset a bit, because, if I continuously say the same thing about the same people, it's not going to help get us anywhere. Whereas if I can kind of shift the perspective, that might help you think of the things you need to do in a different way, which could help kickstart something which could open your eyes to new possibilities and help you stay consistent and do the right things going forward. Anyways, guys and girls, that's going to bring us towards the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Drop the video a like if you did. Comment your thoughts, comment your questions down below. Subscribe if you're not already. I'll see you next time.